galaxies in the outer spaces. And you are listening to the Dr. Taylor North Show. It's the Doctor of Say Radio.
That's right, Dr. Taylor North is back in the house, baby. What's up? I got Toronto Batman here today. He's right here, if you don't believe me. Give it a shout.
My parents are dead.
If you guys haven't heard that before, he's always there at Yonge and Dundas Square. He's going to be here till 8. Say radio music for the masses. That was Under Pressure, David Bowie and Queen. It is 6:04, and I'm here with Toronto Batman, a.k.a. Alex. What's your last name again?
Brovodani. Yeah, good sad.
Hey, man, it's totally up to you if you want to do the Batman voice the whole time. How does your throat feel after like a day of that?
Yeah. I've gotten kind of used to it. I kind of get more of a tolerance, but after a bit, it starts going kind of crackly. Yeah. But, you get used to it, and people want to hear they want to hear me talk like
Rachel.
That. So, Rachel! Where's this Rachel? Wasn't she blown to bits?
All right, let's get right down to the first little deal of business here. Your Facebook and Twitter, what are the links to those?
At Toronto Batman and Facebook Toronto Batman, as well as Alexander Brovodani, if you wish, or at the Brovo, which I've neglected. But if you wish to get in touch with Toronto Batman, it's directly Toronto Batman. There is no other.
Well, if you guys want to check that out, I'm going to post that up on my Facebook page. But I'm here with the one, the only Toronto Batman, man. You have swept most of my girlfriends off their feet, quite literally. You do that one picture in Dundas Square there.
Yeah, that's that's the key one right there. There's like they're like, can you lift me up? And then
all the boyfriends are on the side like, what the
one person I remember in particular was like, don't do it. And I thought because his girlfriend was big, no offense to her, I'm like, no, I could do it. He's like, no, but he was really jealous and didn't want me to. I was just like, okay, but for the most part, everybody's cool with that one. Yeah. And they don't care if I collapse, but they care if I collapse with her in my arms, which I haven't. So I've only 3 times.
At you now, man. You must work out a lot.
I do.
It's all part of the job.
Yeah. Next week I'm going to start steroids, but like before I do that, no, I do CrossFit and then I lift some weights. So then lifting actually at Dundas Square is a part of the workout too. So everybody allows me to pick them up. I appreciate it because it helps me get a bit stronger.
While I'm looking at you now too, you're wearing one of your shirts, the best bat in the world, Bat Punk shirt.
Best bat in the world, Bat Punk. So I can't say Batman just yet on it until Warner Brothers gives me the okay, which I don't think is coming. But we decided to either eliminate the Batman word itself or Bat Punk.
Is there a website where you can go on and order all that?
Yes, if you actually go through my fan page, also Hearth.tv has the shop there, Hearth brand, which I'm a part of, along with Sean Ward, who is the fabulous producer and editor of the Batman videos, most of them that I've done. So,
well, I'm looking forward to The Dark Knight Rises. As I expect you are as well.
I am as well. I cannot believe it's been 4 years since The Dark Knight. So.
It feels like it's just yesterday. I watched it just yesterday. That might be one of the reasons.
Well, the other thing is like I remember at the end of Batman Begins, the Batman flips the card, shows the Joker, and it's like, oh, we can't wait to see the Joker. And then that was 3 years after that, and now it's 4 years, and like, wow, it's been 7 years almost since Batman Begins. So
now, do you think there's going to be a twist, like a Batman villain that you don't expect, like they had Two-Face in The Dark Knight?
No,
or it's just the ending.
I think that Two-Face in Nolan's world is dead. I think we might see. I think, well, without spoiling it for you, there's being one recurring 2-bit villain that gets his butt handed to him throughout the Batman movies.
That's Scarecrow.
Yeah, I think you got that one right. And they might have another 2-bit to I can see to show the momentum that Batman is still taking care of business, but I don't, Scarecrow, I can pretty much say that I can guarantee that he's in the next movie from what I've read. And to continue on that tradition of the Scarecrow getting his butt handed to him. But I think what I've read is going to be a very interesting scene with the Scarecrow, so watch out for that. That one will definitely shock a lot. But you got two powerful guys in Catwoman, who's kind of a frenemy. I think there's a point in time where she has little bit of conflict with Batman, but she works with him. And then you have, of course, Bane. So we're looking forward to that.
Oh, I think personally that you should be hired at a movie theater. I don't know. You stand outside and just promote it.
I think I met Christopher Nolan once years before, and I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to seeing him again. I'm not sure if he'll like me or slap the taste out of my mouth. And Christopher Nolan's a big dude. Don't get him mistaken. He is 6'4", well over 200 pounds of English or Welsh. I don't know whatever he is, but he looks like he can pack a whooping. And we're in talks to do something with the theaters, and we're looking forward to it. I will personally not actually be in Toronto too much in July, but when I am, hopefully we're going to maximize the days I'm here and have a lot of fun. And there's no other city I'd rather be in during that time. Someone's like, you should go to Hollywood and stuff. I'm like, yeah, but I built myself up to Toronto Batman. So hopefully we have a lot of fun.
There's going to be a lot of Batmans in Hollywood then.
Well, there already is. That's the weirdest thing. But, there might be more in Toronto. But I think, me and Sean Ward and other people in the team want to do something fun for the city. And
speaking of Batman lovers, Sean Ward, you have a pretty well viewed video on YouTube there on your YouTube channel. What's that again? What's the YouTube channel?
Batman's Night Out, and it's the Sean Ward Show. I have my own channel. I'm Toronto Batman. I post the odd vlog, which I might do another one tonight.
Nice.
And so we have a bunch of funny stuff, and of course our 1.7 million hit video, Batman's Night Out, and that went bonkers in February. You can still check out another subsequent videos. We just posted one this week called Toronto Batman and Swear to Cheese.
Swear to cheese.
Swear to cheese. I actually don't say that at all. I ate a lot of cheese that night. And,
or did you get paid in cheese, or did they actually pay?
I don't know, but all I know is that I shouldn't be eating dairy. I have IBS, and that was kind of gross later. Yeah, they're like, you got to eat this, Batman. I'm like, I guess. I'm like, hello, toilet. So...
Well, if you want to find Batman's videos, YouTube channel, anything, it's going to be on my wall in just a second. Also, if you have a picture with Toronto Batman, post it on my page. I want to see it. He's going to be here. We're going to be back. Here's Rush Far Cry going out to Graydon on the Dr. Taylor North Show.
Rush.
Well, that didn't work.
I'm back, baby, with Toronto guest bands such as
Jumbo.
I'm looking at you, you're looking at me.
Double D's.
Double D 2010 is biology 101.
Slaves to the Groove.
And many, many more. Along with all of your requests and live callers on air. Listen to Say Radio every Tuesday for
The Dr. Taylor North Show.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. That's great. Thank you.
So you were on MTV Creeps, that's correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. Now what happened with that?
It was a fun little thing. They sat me down at MTV and they talked to me. It was before I went viral, but they knew I was Toronto Batman. And then I think they also noticed the post I made about a show called The Lake Shore that suffered an ill fate. So I think they wanted a purposely confrontation between me and
that guy,
Tommy Hollywood.
So The Lake Shore was like Toronto's Jersey Shore.
But worse, I think.
I'm a fan of that show. I love to hate it. That's the thing.
Yeah, but they wanted to go to the extreme. They wanted to make it more racist. They wanted to make it more dicey. They wanted to, they were playing up in the Toronto multiculturalism, which is fine because my parents are born in Italy, and
I thought your parents were dead.
My parents are dead. Well, Alex Brodari's parents are alive and well. Hi, Mom and Dad. I don't know how they feel about that saying, too. They were just like, they kind of like, Alex, please. Easy, and then my parents are dead. And they're cool. And I'm cool with multiculturalism, but I think it comes up to a point where it was just like overboard, and they were just like, I'm Czech and whatnot. I mean, actually, Tommy Hollywood was portrayed as Czech on the Lakeshore trailer, but he's actually Polish. So they were lying about it, and then they were making him more racist than it seemed. And, I could almost sense that they wanted a confrontation. I recognized him, and I knew we were going to talk about it, so they brought it up a couple times. And there was a couple tense moments. I mean, he made great on TV, but they took the Lakeshore confrontational shit, sort of stuff, and they made it, even more so on MTV Creeps Me confronting him and him saying, well, you dress up on the street corner is not so smart. And I'm just like, well, it's not racist like what you guys were portraying. And the handshake was really stiff at the end, and they didn't show everything either. He tried to antagonize me as like, how come I wasn't bullied like you? How come you were bullied? And went off, and we had these kind of moments where it looked like he could possibly want to fight me. Not that he would win, but so
who wants to fight Batman, man?
I don't know. I don't. It made for good TV, but I don't personally. I didn't like. It was nothing personal against him if he's listening to this, or if he ever listens to me at all. It was more against the show. I didn't want to show Toronto in that negative light. I think Toronto Batman needs to take a stand for a city, not just talk about Batman stuff. So, but other than that, I thought it was interesting, and they showed some key points to me, and then we just shot another episode the other day, so that airs I think May 22nd or 23rd, so we'll see how that goes, see if I advance to the semifinals.
Well, if you want to see that certain episode where you got confronted by the Lakeshore, I'm going to post that up on my page. Just go ahead and check it out.
It's on YouTube and mtv.ca.
Now, when and where do you appear exactly? What are you doing in the future?
We're like in Dundas Square, and I put it on my Facebook page. I made a cover whenever I feel like it. In other words, whenever my body can take it. The heat and the suit and all the lifting really takes a toll. So whenever I'm able to, I like to generally take Mondays and Tuesdays off, hence why I'm here. So we have that. If I'm hired for events, I definitely post about that. I will be at Dragon Con in Atlanta Labor Day weekend. I will be at San Diego Comic-Con in the middle of July, and I will be in Hollywood Boulevard for a bit during July, and I will also be at the Olympics in London during that duration. I might be coming back a bit sooner because I might be going to Chicago Wizard World in mid-August, so we have all that kind of stuff. I'll definitely be in Europe and the States, and I will be around Canada. I will be back in Ottawa during the My Parents Are Dead comedy tour with Brody Stevens and Hamilton. Yeah, it's a lovely name.
Every time you say it, man, I just
it makes me laugh a lot. So if anybody wants to hire me for anyone to work out, then I'll definitely be in whatever city. But definitely I'll make a lot of appearances at Dundas Square. And I'll first announce this here that I will get official Dark Knight stuff, and I will look like exact Dark Knight come the movie release. Not so much Toronto Batman, so we can all have a great no, but actual closest replica to Christian Bale, who's we're not that far off different from body size. I think he's 2 inches taller, and I'm 190 now, and he's about 30 pounds bigger. So I mean, whatever, I'll eat a cheeseburger or something. But I will try my best, and I'll do black around the eyes, which a lot of people say I don't.
Other than Batman, you do like dressing up as other people now. Which ones would you dress up as? Like what?
Well, I do kids parties, so you can't be just a one-trick pony in Batman, and that's what I'm known best for. So, for example, I'm going to be Superman at a kids party in June, hence why I'm working out more, and I'm keeping my hair at a certain length.
Are you lifting more bigger broads off the ground?
Bigger broads. Lifting a lot of stuff. I've been doing a lot of box jumps. If you guys want to check out LP Fitness in the Junction, Dundas West, and Keel area, very fine CrossFit will get you in shape in record time. There's actually a video of me chastising the guy. So I've been doing a lot of that, lifting beyond my means and working out. So I do that. I also do Superman and Spider-Man.
You do Spider-Man?
Spider-Man's
so
the most
have, like,
wanted.
A closet just full of suits?
I have a closet full of suits. So I have
or like a warehouse.
Yeah, and one of my oldest things is I have an Andy Kaufman replica jacket because I used to do talent shows back in the day doing an Andy Kaufman impression, which isn't too far what I'm doing now in Sacha Cohen. A lot of people think I'm crazy, but this is just along the lines of comedy. You know, like in the Toronto Batman's not exactly like Batman. There's some similarities and there's some differences. So I wanted to include that kind of impromptu humor in a line of history of great comedians such as themselves.
Well, it's great. In Hollywood, they have a whole bunch of street performers. You don't got a lot of that.
I wouldn't call them street performers. I've been there. It's not.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a street tragedy. I would say it is. I've been there myself. If you guys want to see a Spider-Man that smells like garbage, please go down to Hollywood Boulevard. I have some great Hollywood Boulevard tragic and funny stories. You see some great costumes too, but I would say that is the minority comparison to the. You kind of almost want to take a picture with a bad costume. Like, wow, that is so bad. I actually like it, and it's funny. Like, man, I was robbed in this Batman that didn't wash his costume, but he would bathe it in cologne, and it was just even smelled worse than garbage. I'm just like, man, you could taste it on your tongue. I'm like, this is horrible. I was robbing to a drunk Batman. I was robbing to a Batman paying off child support and complaining about it. So, you know, it was such a tragic kind of funny thing. Recently, when I was there last time in the summer, I was doing my Superman, and actually I took great care of it. I washed my tights every day, took several showers. I come out there all nice and clean. A family gives me $5, and the Spider-Man confronted me. The Spider-Man that I would say he smelled the garbage, and he had a bubble gun or something, something stupid, and he wanted to fight because he said I demanded the $5, and he goes, huh. And then just like one guy's filling a vending machine full of pop, and he looks at me and he's like, "What'd you do?" I'm like, "I don't know, but it looks like I have to beat up a cracked up Spider-Man dressed as Robin." Superman, and it's just like, you know, it's kind of funny. I mean, everybody's having a good laugh, so I'm okay as long as they're having a good time and laughing, you know. So.
Well, this isn't the first time you've been on radio.
No, it isn't. No.
What other stations and shows have you been on?
I've been on the Edge 102.1, the Edge Deep Blundell Morning Show, and that was pretty cool. I showed up in my Batman costume, and then they told me to talk as Alex. I'm like, damn it. And then News Talk 1010, which guy called in saying he'll be my Wonder Woman. And then also XM's Laugh Attack with Ben Meyer, very fabulous comic and friend of mine. So, and to be quite honest, of all the interviews in the media I've done, radio was the most fun. I think it was more open and free and a lot more improv than TV. They wanted TV was great, but they wanted, you know, to do certain things rather than let it naturally happen. So.
Yeah. Well, you do a lot more than just street perform. You're a stand-up comedian.
I am a stand-up comedian.
And so. I do believe you have a tour coming up with Brody Stevens June 7th, 8th, 9th.
Yeah, and the 8th is in Toronto, 2 shows at the Comedy Bar. Brody Stevens had some small parts in The Hangover, Hangover 2, and Due Date. He's a big friend of Zach Galifianakis.
What parts were there exactly?
No more than 1 or 2 lines. Like, I don't remember what he did on The Hangover 2, but The Hangover 1, he was one of the cops. He was also in the room, and he said some lines when they're forcing the guys to get tased by kids. Yeah. So he was part of that. And Due Date, he was Zach's limo driver. He's a very funny comic. He's a little different, but I think it's not too far from what I like. So he goes, I don't want to steal any of his jokes, but he was just like, am I different? Yes. It's like, I'm an actor. Yes. Do I have 8x11s? No, I have 8x15s. I stand out in a pile. Yes. And it keeps on going on like this, and it's such one of my favorite comedians when I first went to LA. So we're happy to bring him here in Toronto for his first Toronto tour, or Ontario tour.
Well, now I want to get this out of the way. Can you do all your sayings as Batman?
Okay. All right. So let's do sayings. Number 1. Swear to me. So is that. I'm Batman. Do you know how to drive stick? Jesus Christ. I can solve all kinds of mysteries, but not this one. Do I look like a cop? You can't see me. And everyone's favorite, my parents are dead.
Everybody just have a good time, and he's gonna make you lose your mind. You say it and
plays that.
Oh my God, I love the Dr. Taylor North show.
he's awesome.
It will blow your mind.
Taylor? That's a girl's name.
There it is, Dr. T.
Is
he a real doctor?
Nope, but I got the diagnosis you need every Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. You can hear me, Dr. Taylor North, playing your requests and the music you want to hear.
Dude, I want to hear this.
Oh my god, where can I go? Please tell me.
www.sayradio.net. Hit listen live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. for
The Dr. Taylor North Show.
The Dr. Taylor North Show.
The Dr. Taylor North Show.
The Dr. Taylor North Show. He's sexy and he knows it.
The Dr. Taylor North Show.
It's 6:58 here with Toronto Batman in the house in Say Radio Studios.
Yep.
And that just before that, we had a little dubstep. You know what? I'll tell you the truth. I don't like dubstep at all.
I am not a big fan either.
I'm not a fan whatsoever.
Not feeling it. Although that song wasn't too bad. I thought it was interesting. It was a nice mix between reggae and dubstep. So
yeah, well, that was Skrillex featuring Damian Marley, Make It Bun Them. Before that, Tenacious D, Your Roadie, and War Lowrider. Now, Toronto Batman. I'm just gonna make up a game right now. It's just your favorite things, I guess. For one, what's your favorite Batman villain?
Oh, I have Penguin.
The Penguin?
Yeah, I think.
Is there like a second and third place for that?
Yeah. I think my favorite female villain would have to be Poison Ivy.
Yes, she's right.
And then I think we're gonna have to. I have to pick a villain I could go toe to toe with and actually fight Batman and Killer Croc. I think.
Yeah, that's mine.
Let's say when he's not like overblown monstrous, but even then, it's he's still a scary kind of dude, so it makes it kind of interesting.
Another one of my favorites is Scarecrow.
Scarecrow is pretty cool too. The only problem is like it's too many. One argument to make about Batman villains is like, yeah, they're intimidating, but once you get past all that, if it comes toe to toe, they're usually pretty disposable pretty easily. Yeah. I mean, almost in a humorous kind of sense. I remember laughing at Batman Begins when he got tased off the horse. So.
Let's try another one. What's your favorite actor playing Batman other than yourself?
Michael Keaton.
Keaton?
No question. I thought he did that marvelously, and I know there's big fans of Christian Bale. I'm not saying he's a bad Batman, but I think Michael Keaton just embodied his personality, and it was stuck out as a kid until now. I thought the lines and what he delivered, and I'm a big Tim Burton fan, so I can see why I picked him.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze. Wait, no, that was George Clooney.
Tim Burton had executive producer. Yeah, that was just. Yeah, well, I blame McDonald's for saying they couldn't sell the Batman Returns merchandise, so they moved on to a little lighter with Joel, I'm a moron, Schumacher, and maybe it's not even his fault. Maybe that's the whole team that told him, let's make it campy, and I was like, no, So
what's your favorite movie then?
I'd say Batman Returns. I say that. They took liberties with the Penguin and Catwoman, and it's very dark. And some of the lines even Michael Keaton delivers, like "things change," is just very, very powerful.
How would Christian Bale deliver those lines?
Things change. I don't think you could yell something like that. I don't think maybe you could, but I think it would have more impact. Him whispering. Michael Keaton, when he talks as Batman, is usually a whisper or barely audible, which makes it even more terrifying to me. I'm just speaking on behalf of myself. So. Like Christian Bale had a good physique, like you can tell that, but Tim Burton, the way he described, he thought that it was just a regular guy with fighting skills, but a regular body guy in an armored suit, which I'm almost the same way, I mean, so yeah.
No, you got some muscle tone.
I do, but it's not over the top. I think. I'm in between. I mean, there's still show images of Michael Keaton in the first Batman, and he's there's a big discussion: is he working out or sleeping? There's a point where Vicky Vale wakes up and he's not beside her, and he's like off hanging on this kind of contraption. He's working out or sleeping, so that makes it even more interesting.
Yeah. All right. And lastly, what's your favorite team up that Batman's been in with anybody that he's teamed up with?
Sidekick?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to go with Tim Drake Robin. For sure, I think Tim Drake was most interesting Robin. Obviously, like him and Superman have a good team up because they clash in egos For example, Batman's a man and Superman's not. No, I think
alien, right?
Christian, and you'll see it in the new DLC for Arkham City. The Arkham City version of Robin, he's a little bit more street, a little bit more interesting, and they actually team up in this part of the video game. So I think that'll be very interesting.
Well, just asking, do you have any villains out there? Any guys who come up to you at night and try to start fights? You know,
there's a video guy. He was dressed up as a thug. He came and took 2 swipes in my face, and I stood my ground and I gave him the middle fingers. But you have that happen. There's the odd guy dressed as a Joker, and he's showing up. But yeah, just the casual loitering thugs at the Eaton Center, or the drunkards at the ACC when I'm there. Thanks very much. Those would be the main villains. Everybody asked me if I ever met Xanta once, but he didn't cause a disturbance really. I wouldn't mind if he did it anyways.
Who?
Yes. And he does all these push-ups. Yes. So he says all that. Xanta, I haven't seen him in 3 years. Wherever you are, buddy, you're welcome wherever I am. He came out of his costume, out of his Xanta outfit, and just said something, Batman, Xanta.
That'd be a nice team up to see.
It would. I would be very honored. He was, if they're calling me the city nut, but I think it was the first city nut before me, and I'm cool with that. So he's I think it was an entertaining guy. I don't know why people were scared of him. So.
Now, have you heard of these underground superheroes? Like, I've been reading a lot of articles, and it's been in other countries. There's
Phoenix Jones.
Now,
he's based in Seattle.
Now, does Toronto have any of those? Do you know any other than yourself?
I heard something called the Spice Man. I heard. There's other people dressed. There's a Spider-Man, Bradford. He's a nice guy, and there's a couple other buskers, but I've heard of similar things. Obviously, there's the Guardian Angels, and that's nice and all. There's Batman. There's a Maryland Batman that's popped up. There's a Brazil Batman and a Slovak Batman. I tip my hat off if they want to represent the symbol and justice and make people smile. That's fine, but don't go above and beyond. If they get seriously injured, that is no longer my fault. No, it hasn't been in the first place. But you can't, go with a good mindset, I guess. The cape does not help you at all. It's intimidating for a second if you flap it up in someone's face, but once they figure they can choke you with it, then you're done. I think even Nightwing in the comics is like, capes will just slow you down, so they broke the fourth wall on that. Definitely. And the mask without the peripheral vision, whoa. I'll tell you this much, I've been in maybe little scraps here and there in the bat suit. It's very tough to find. I can't even imagine George St. Pierre doing well in the bat suit. Oh, no, he would probably, but I wouldn't recommend that. But, if you guys, there's people out there willing to make the city a better place and they don't mind the sacrifice, and in other words, getting their butt kicked or even killed, then that's good for that.
So you never met any or teamed up with them?
No, I think if someone was getting punched right in front of me, I'll stop them. If I'm getting punched, I'll stop them. But, people are like, you should have been here and there, and during G20, I'm like, Jesus.
What the hell am I going to do?
I've seen people's eyes, when I flap the cape, they go big, and my goodness, and it's they think they're face to face with Batman. But, realistically speaking, it's a job for the fine police officers in Toronto, which I commend except for G20. So it's no, I haven't met these underground vigilantes. I like to shake Phoenix Jones' hand. I think it's pretty nifty, but I looked at his suit, I'm just I know he doesn't have any peripheral vision, and he uses a lot of pepper spray, which is illegal in Canada as far as I know. So I was well, good luck, sir. So hi to Phoenix Jones if you're listening.
A priority, June 1st. It's going to be a good night. It's going to be a big night for Rancho Relaxo. My band In Vivo will be playing alongside Mother Leeds, Slaves to the Groove, and Womb. Tickets are $5. Buy them off me or any of the bands playing. And if you want to get on that special party bus, it's $10. Party bus with Mother Leeds and man, just do it. Party bus. Also, next Monday, In Vivo and West Hammock will be rocking out Horseshoe Tavern. 19 plus starts at 8:30. You gotta be there, man. It's our big comeback show, and you don't want to miss it. Mother Leeds, Top of the World on the Dr. Taylor North Show. I got Batman here. He's still here, that's right.
Still do. Still here. Have not left yet.
Say the Dr. Taylor North Show in the Batman voice.
Dr. Taylor North Show. It's in the Batman voice. Here we go.
You guys got to get a T-shirt too. I got one. It looks pretty spiffy on me.
Bat Punk.
It fits well.
It fits well. We got your size. That's what happens when you tell us your size. We can get it well.
All right, stay tuned.
And you think I came from the sea, and you know just where I'll go. Evolution, that is the key. My claws will now start to show, and the full moon's rising. I am ready for the top of the whole world, but I am going to fall, and I am ready. I'm ready to kill, but I won't be stoned. I won't be stoned. My teeth are sharp and I'm mean. Look in the dark, my eyes glow. You think you can run from me? 3, 2, 1, let's start the show. And the full moon's rising. I am ready for the top of the whole world, and I'm not going to fall. I am ready. I'm ready to kill you most of all. You most of all. For the top of the whole world, and I'm not going to fall. I am ready. I'm ready to kill, but I won't be stoned. I won't be
New Lincoln Park, Burn It Down. Before that, we had Mother Leeds, Top of the World, and Marianas Trench, Desperate Measures. Now, it's that time of the day. It's that time of the day for Yuri, the Russian intern, to do the weather. Yuri! Hello. I'm in good mood today. Yo, that's surprising. That's rare.
Yet.
Oh, you know Russian, Batman.
Very little.
So you are Koktila, man.
Where do your drugs go?
I have. I see your movie with these jokers, the Joker inside. I like it movie. It's a good movie. So it's really good. But here, Say Radio Toronto weather. Today is 20 degrees, nice and sunny. Tonight, 13 degrees with a lot cloudy.
Cloud.
Yo, man, let me do my job. I come here for 5 minutes. I do job. I leave.
Fine.
Tomorrow, 17 degrees, rainy, then sunny. Thursday, 18, cloudy. And currently outside of Say Radio Studios is 24 degrees, mainly sunny. Thank you. I am Yuri, the Russian intern. I'm glad you came in during the summer. Hey, why are you like Batman, huh? Why Batman? Why not you do this? Why you not be Captain America?
Because I'm American.
Well, I see these Avengers. He's so good. Why you not dressed like them?
I don't like the Avengers.
Oh, well, he's crazy, man.
He's crazy.
Thanks, Yuri. I'm sorry about that, man. He's one said, do not talk about... Okay, whatever. He doesn't like when I talk about him when he's not here.
I don't like him.
Not many people do.
You're not going to hear any of that on the Dr. Taylor North Show.
Wait, the Dr. Taylor North?
That's right, baby. The one and only Dr. Taylor North kicking out the jams right here on Say Radio.
Where?
Say Radio.
Oh.
Outside of the Eden Center, Young and Dundas. What's your name again, bro?
Toronto Batman.
Now, you do have a certain taste for a certain kind of food now that I've seen in a lot of your videos. What's the deal with you and beef jerky? Talk like
Original, not spicy.
Well, Alex will explain it. I actually just wanted to snack. I was hungry, and I went to Sean Ward. Let's get it. And I just wanted something. It's like, hold on. Let me film, thumbs up. And that's how he talks. And he's like,
that's how he talks.
It's a kind of, sort of, I don't know. And he goes, let me go film it. And I'm like, original, not spicy. And then I get it. And then I didn't think he was. I just wanted to stay in character. I didn't know he was filming, but I had a hard time opening it. So I'm like cursing a little bit, and then I'm like,
I can solve all kinds of mysteries, but not this one.
He actually had to open it. I couldn't. It was cold, and with my fingers, I'm like, can you just open this damn thing? And like he does, and then I didn't realize how funny it was, and that he would include it, but it was, and I think a lot of people identified with it. So then afterwards, and the beef jerky thing comes from. It's just a quick snack, has protein. I know it has a lot of sodium, and people keep reminding me I'm going to die. But between birthday parties, I used to do a lot. In between like 3 birthday parties, between filling up and gas, I would go eat beef jerky or whatever was very accessible at the gas station, that was the main thing. That or tuna with crackers, their little packets. So mainly it was beef jerky. So since the video, people at conventions or want to go down that square, come with beef jerky and film me trying to open it or eat it. I had to consume quite a bit in the past little bit. And we did another video including beef jerky, and I'm kind of either develop a taste or not over it, because I'm eating it more often than not without even realizing. And people are like, you still eat it even not dressed as Toronto Batman? I'm like, yeah. And then, so.
Now, Sean Ward, you guys work hand in hand together. What's
Yeah, we're a married couple. We met at the Dark Knight Rises.
My wife.
I don't know who's the wife on this one. We met at the Dark Knight Rises prologue, which I showed up with a fan from my page as Toronto Batman, and he and another person interviewed me, and then he tweeted me and said, why don't you come in for an interview? So you can check that one online. We talked about the Dark Knight Rises prologue, and there's a red curtain. So then it came... We were talking, and I tweeted him, how about, and he says he did it, but I did the initial, how about we do a shit Batman says? And he was like, sure. So there was one already. And then we went back and forth, and it was hard to schedule, and then I had a little neck sprain. So then once I got over that, and he had a free Saturday night, I was going to meet up at a burlesque show with another fellow MTV Creeps alumni, Ramy the Minx. And we're like, how will we film? And then we end up there. So we took 2 lines of notes and met up at his apartment and like, let's do this. And it was a very cold night, which was weird because it was very mild winter. So we go around, we're looking for people, and he's like, I'm like, man, there's nobody here. How about I go into a Starbucks and scream at them? So we did that. And then... we took the subway, and then it was packed.
Darth Vader,
it was packed. No, but that's Chad Vader that comes up next. Thanks for spoiling that. But no, this is for just Batman's night out. So we go around and looking for people and screaming at them, and on the subway, and there was just some funny stuff there. We did the beef jerky, and then we wound up at the Bovine Sex Club, and me lifting Ramy the Minx was a perfect ending. What things I didn't know that's so cool about Sean is that he picked up when those kids are screaming at me for me to hug them, and I know they were saying that there was a bum about to fight me, or a homeless guy, and I didn't pick up that he said let's go party, but Sean did. So when he picked it up and you see that subtitle and then you see me picking up the girl, it brings a nice tie-in to the Batman's Night Out, and he was so quick to pick that up that it just, kind of did its own thing. So then Social Media Week happened, and then I attended that event, and then at the Social Media Week where Sean works at Hearth TV at the Bean Ocean studio, we aired it, pre-screened it for about 20 people, and they laughed. And the only conversation me and Sean, I go to Sean, what if this goes viral? He goes, and then he put it up at night, and then within an hour...
Like a parrot? What was that?
I'm like, no, we moved our hand. He moves his hands like, and then we'll deal with it. But we didn't want to get ahead of ourselves. We didn't think anything would happen drastically. And then I started tweeting about it, and then... within the next day, we're at 9,000, and then I get a phone call for an online interview, and then we're like, what is going on? And then me and Sean were just kind of bug-eyed at this point. Blog.to wrote an article, the io9.com, and then pretty soon by the next day the phone calls were coming with the media, and we were just really we just couldn't believe it. We hit viral and all this, and at that point we only known each other barely, I think 2 months, but in that 2 months we barely talked. So now we were thrust into this friendship, which of course is it's funny that his last name is Ward, and I'm Batman, and I call him my Ward for giggles. But we had to get to kind of know each other, so we hung out, we started talking, and we had some speed bumps along our relationship. But the cool thing is that Sean's mature enough, and I try to mature enough to see each other's vision and work around that.
So how did you start? Like, what's the history of Toronto Batman? What first got you?
Insanity. I was doing stand-up, and I think one famous Canadian comedian by the name of Simon Rakoff would always wear Spider-Man shirts. I'm like, what if I wore a DC shirt? So the first one I bought was Batman. And the thing is, my first Batman show was this big yellow logo. It was based off the 1989 movie, and people, every time they see it, would notice and Batman, or they say something. Well, how are you wearing a costume? I'm like, all right, let's see where we're going with this. And I came down with pneumonia that year, and my friend gave me some...
Alfred brought you some soup?
No, actually, no one did. I was actually too scared to ask my parents money for medicine, so I just laid there.
You look sick, sir, Mr. Wayne.
Yeah, you look sick there. You look like you got some fluid in your lung. I thought I was losing weight drastically and all that, so my friend named Alan gave me a bunch of Batman comics to read to take my mind off things, and whether it was Neo Seashern or whatever I was taking, I was like, I am a lot like this guy. This guy is so dark. This guy is so deep. And, I was rereading these things, and I had picked up a Batman comic since I was a kid. And it was just like, I forgot that Robin got killed, or Jason Todd, one of them. I forgot all these other really powerful stories, and it was just like, wow, this is so deep. This is so deep. And I started wearing the Batman shirt underneath a black dress shirt sometimes, and I was just like, I am like him. I'm like, I am losing my mind. And a lot of people did. But then I made my first Batman costume. I pieced it together for Halloween that year. Halloween's 2 days off my birthday on the 29th. And then you see the way people looked at me, and they and I walked as Batman, and I gave that a little gruff. I still was very skinny at the time, but I felt like, wow, there's something there. Then I go to Hollywood, and I see people dressed up in costumes, and then I did that so I could make some extra money while I did stand-up. So when I came back to Toronto, back and forth, and I was really needed for money, people were like, why don't you do the Hollywood Boulevard thing out here in Yonge and Dundas? I'm like, no, that's stupid. People are going to look at me weird. People know me here. People grew up with me. But I'm like, I need the money. So I did that. And then the first year was really great. And I did Toronto Busker Fest, some other events. I got to go to the Olympics in Vancouver. And that gave a big Canadian presence. And then I started getting online more. So all in all, I was starting to allow the geek inside of me that loved Batman to, come to the forefront. So it's okay. I mean, in the States, you have these huge amount of cosplayers that go to the conventions and the thing on Hollywood Boulevard, and it's so generally accepted that there's people that work out specifically just to look like Superman or Batman or whatever. And, it's kind of a little bit more reserved in Toronto. It hasn't picked up yet, but I think people that are embracing it are starting to see it as a cool thing. And Fan Expo, I'm definitely looking forward to going this August, is growing. People are now expecting me to be at these conventions and the events, and they want to have a good time, and they're throwing out the notion that I'm just completely nuts. They haven't completely thrown that one out yet. It's still there, coming, but it's coming. It's coming. I mean, I know I won't be doing Toronto Batman forever. I don't, for a couple of reasons. I think it's something I want to pass off. I don't want to be like some of them on Hollywood Boulevard that took it way too seriously and lived by it, and they don't realize that they're aging, and they don't realize that they're slowly losing their minds. Hollywood Boulevard, wow, what a tragedy and fun time at the same time. But I definitely don't want to be the guy that hung on to something too long. But I'll have fun with it for the meantime.
Well, it's something to hang on to. How much did you say you make in a night?
It all depends. I mean, the other day was all right. In a couple hours, I made about $2 bills. Hollywood sometimes be slower.
2 weeks to make.
And then the Olympics was fantastic, and I look forward to London, which will probably be my last Olympic stop, because the following Olympics after that, the currency isn't so kind, as well as yeah, I don't know if it's a big traveling thing to plan the Olympics. You have to kind of plan years in advance. If I want to go back to the Olympics, let's say in Russia, I'd rather go as a fan and cheer on Canada. Never say never, obviously. I was kind of hoping that Toronto would get the Olympics in 2020, but mere fortune, no, but I understand why people are against that too. It would have been nice. That would have been, I was looking forward to that in 2020, and that would have been a perfect send-off. But, we're getting the Pan Am Games. Yeah. So.
Toronto Batman. What's up, man?
What's up?
What's up?
Get cool, what's up? Get cool, what's up?
So who's this Chad Vader guy you were talking about earlier?
Chad Vader is another YouTube sensation. We did a crossover, and that comes out either this Friday or next, depending on some editing situations. But if you check out his web series, it's an actual scripted thing that's been going on since 2006 and lasted a couple of seasons, and now they're back doing another season since they have the more cash. It's great. Chad Vader is Darth Vader's brother, and he is the daytime manager of a grocery store called Empire Grocery, and it's very, very funny. It puts him in a precarious situation, and I was just thinking, I remember I posted it once, what would you guys think of a crossover? And a lot of people said, I think it would be a great thing. So we're debating whether it be in Chad Vader's world or my world on the streets or his grocery store. So we decided to go in my world on the streets. And not to rule out that we might go to Wisconsin where it's filmed and might do some stuff with him, but we took it to the streets. So we shot it once and then reshot things this past Friday. So a lot of people, I think, like that one. So I think it was very funny. I think it's a conflict of egos. I think Toronto Batman is a little of an alpha male, kind of with a bravado, and Chad Vader does not take any guff from Toronto Batman. But there might be a little bit of a friendship there. I think they forge. I don't know whether it's the two black costumes or something. But one of the ideas was. If we went to his grocery store, is that all of a sudden he's called to restock in beef jerky and they're waiting for him. So we might do that, but this one, and it will involve some beef jerky, but it was fun. And we thank the city of Toronto for being part of it. We also, Pizza TV, the guys that do that were there. We shot an interview, so we did a bunch of crossovers actually, now that we think about it. So, it was a long Friday night. And then I ended up, what's funny is Sean Ward lives near U of T, and when I got there, someone's like, was running a frat party. He's like, can you come in?
I'm like, okay, without filming, and I helped serve drinks there. So it was a long time, and I stumbled out of there. Was it due to alcohol? We'll never know. But so it was a lot of fun. I got to meet the guys behind Chad Vader. I felt like a kid in a candy store, and we had some good laughs, and it was an interesting moment. So it will get to Toronto. People that love the parodies of Star Wars and Batman, and we put them all together in one. And there should be some new lines, and it's definitely. Stay tuned to see who wins an argument, a battle of egos between Chad Vader and Toronto Batman. I mean, right. There's definitely some conflict there that involved kicking someone in their lady robotic parts and maybe a force choke. Wow! So we'll see who's got the gift of the gab in that one. And it wasn't Darth Vader, it was Chad Vader, and it wasn't Batman, it was Toronto Batman. So you definitely have some things there. It's just like search your feelings, feel the answer, swear to me. So a lot of that, I think, and a lot of fun.
Well, from behalf of the Dr. Taylor North Show, I'd like to thank you, Toronto Batman, for coming on, spending the last 2 hours with us here. And,
yes, we're very thankful.
When's the next time we can